Yeah, just disappointed with the outcome of the game. Going out there playing Utah Tech, and played hard for 4 quarters, but just didn't play that fourth quarter the way we needed to, and ended up short. Thought the guys, like I say, did some good things. I thought quarterback took care of the ball pretty well. We only had 1 turnover on the night, but only created 1 turnover on the other side of the ball. Special teams, I thought, had a good night, had some big punts, and blocked a big extra point there to give us a chance late. But all in all, just weren't very good on third down throughout the game, offensively or defensively. Gave up a bunch of big third down and longs, which you don't like to see, including the big one there at the end. Trying to get the ball back with a chance to win it. But again, proud of the effort, just disappointed in the outcome, and we've got to regroup. We got to get consistent. We're just kind of, on a roller coaster a little bit this year. Play really well one week, and then, or 3 quarters of one game, and then we don't finish games, don't play in the fourth quarter, and have taken a couple losses because of that. So that's on us as coaches. We've got to get that fixed. But I still think we've got some really good players. Got to get some guys back from injury. Hopefully, get some of those guys back this week and get rolling. But got a very, very tough test this week going up against Central Arkansas, playing up there in Conway on the Stripes. So probably the biggest challenge of the year so far. So going to be a tough week.
You mentioned big performances from big guys. Anthony Williams, he had 9 touchdowns, like 6 in the country entering the game, and then he pulls off a back-to-back 3-touchdown performance, and with the Wembley's injury. So talk about his performance and the standout that he had in the game.
Yeah, he was our player of the game this week, and 3 touchdowns again. He's had a terrific season so far. Coming in here, and we talked about that today, actually in our staff meeting. Just injuries equal opportunities, and you've got he's one, and Kylan Harris is another who's had multiple touchdown games, and both those guys were backups a couple weeks ago, but have been thrust into the starting role, and so pleased to see those guys step up and do some big things. Anthony's been just a real pleasure to coach since he's been here, and a fine young man, and going to have a great career here. I'm tickled to death we've got him for 2 more after this one. So excited to see his success and see him continue to grow.
Leave it open for the media and then the SFA media.
Talk to us more about Central Arkansas, about this team.
Yeah, Coach Brown's got him another great football team up there. I'm a voting member of the AFCA poll, and I've voted them top 10 each week of the season. I picked them to win our league. I think they're the class of the United Athletic Conference. They returned 10 offensive starters off a really good team last year. Have a very proven quarterback. Been a great player in 2 different leagues. Had an All-American tailback, and he's not even getting the ball much anymore because they had another All-American tailback transfer in, and so the Powell kid. So got some great skill kids, returners, big Arkansas transfer that has done some big things. So offensively, they're very, very potent. Defensively, they've picked up where they left off, return a veteran bunch. Got their old DC back, and he's got them playing very well. Up front, they're as good as they can be, number 8. He's multi-year All-American and will be very, very tough to handle. He gave us all kinds of fits last year. He had 3.5 sacks against us, and so he's back for his junior campaign. He picked up where he left off. So we are going to have our hands full. We're going to have to play really, really well going on the road. SFA, we've not had a great history up there in Conway. We were fortunate to get the win the last time we were up there in 2021. But we'll be some underdogs this week for a reason, because they got a great ball club, and hopefully we play well and control things that we can control, take care of the football, and give ourselves a chance to win the fourth quarter. That's what you look for in a game like this.
Thanks, Coach. Coach, you were talking about their quarterback, your quarterback play the last couple of weeks. Brian's thrown for I think a little over 600 yards and 8 touchdowns in the last couple of weeks. Just talk about his play over the last couple of weeks, what you've seen from him, and kind of do you think he's turned a little bit of a corner this season? Yeah,
it's been fun, to watch his growth and his better week in, week out, and that was ball was in jeopardy a lot a few weeks ago, and he's done a better job with his decision making and trying not to just go for the home run all the time. It's good to see us. That's one of the plays we showed here this morning. It was just a check down on 1st and 10. It doesn't have to be all of it in every play. And so just get the ball to the guys that are open and in space. And then, you're starting to see him gain some confidence too with his legs in making some plays running the football. I think he had over 60 yards, 65 yards rushing this past week. And he'll look to run over you, jump over you. Outrun you. He's got some talent there on the ground, and so as he continues to grow and evolve and mature as a starting quarterback, I think our offense will continue to get better.
And you talked about being a little bit banged up this past week. Are there any guys that you guys are expecting to get back this week, or how are you guys looking on the health front?
Yeah, it's week 7, I guess. So you've got injuries that start piling up on you sometimes. Some years more than others. And we had 5 starters we left behind this past week. It's not the reason we lost the game. We had what we needed to win, and we just didn't make the plays. So I'm not making excuses. And credit to Utah Tech, and I didn't say that earlier, Coach Peterson. Those guys do a great job out there, and so credit those guys for making the plays to win Saturday. But we'll have a few guys that we're going to try to get back, work into practice later in the week, and kind of see if they can move around and pain tolerance, and they want to be back out there. They were foaming at the bit to be on the plane to Utah, but some of those injuries do take time, and so a couple of those guys are seniors, and so I know they want to be back. With this their last year and last campaign. So AJ Van Valkenburg, our athletic training staff, they do a terrific job. We've got a great group there, and they're working hard to get all those guys back and keep others from being hurt. So hopefully we'll see them soon.
We'll see you on the stripes this Saturday at 4 o'clock. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Axel.